All right, a new study published in BMJ Oncology found an alarming rise in cancer rates among people under the age of 50 over the past 3 decades.
And joining us in studio to talk about this is Dr. Richard Chaffoux. Thank you for coming into the studio.
Good to see you both.
So why are we seeing these cancer cases rising among younger people?
So Maria, what's happened, if we look traditionally in medicine, we all know as physicians that the incidence of cancer rises significantly after the age of 50, and most of us feel that it's due to a number of factors, risk factors that have been going on for years, for decades, lifestyle changes. But as we all age, the cells tend to degrade, and there are chromosomal changes. Those cells that tend to form tumor cells more often. But what these epidemiologists found at Harvard is that they found that as we go back in the decades, back to the 40s and the 50s, and we track, we've actually seen, as you said earlier on, an increase in earlier cancer rates, and these are people under 50. So traditionally we thought it's been only over 50 or more often, but we're seeing in that younger age group. We're not really sure exactly why, because cancer is, of course, multifactorial, but part of it may be due to some lifestyle changes that are going on, for changes in our diets. We're seeing not so much fiber in the diets, more red meats, less, higher sugar contents, more sedentary lifestyles. And these all are things that if we're starting these at relatively younger ages, these changes as generations go on, then the epidemiologists propose, well, these risk factors are just a longer period of time. They're starting at an earlier stage, so we are seeing these earlier cancers than we were seeing generations ago.
Yeah, because it seems like we're better educated, we know more, we have better medical knowledge and abilities than we did in all those years past. But from 1990 to now, 30 years or so, talk about an 80% increase in the number of people who are under the age of 50 who have
Correct, and that's a great
cancer.
point, Andrew. But I think one thing to emphasize for people, though, that the risk of cancer in that younger group is still relatively small compared to the older age group, the over 50 group. But you're right, and part of this, the epidemiologist said, may be due to just what you said. We have better detection, better devices. I mean, for example, mammography. We have newer digital mammography that will pick up breast cancers at an earlier age. The American Cancer Society has sort of changed the recommendations for the age at which mammographic screening is done. So that's maybe part of the reason, but not all the reason. An interesting thing is if you look at certain cultures in the world, we know in our Western societies, in North America and Europe, there are those dietary changes that of course have not been for the better, and GI cancers, the colorectal and stomach being the most common, have seen an rise. However, if we look at Asia, we look at the Japanese culture, and then we look at South Korea, 2 neighboring Asian countries. In Japan, there really hasn't been a change in their lifestyle in terms of their diet. So Japanese typically don't eat a lot of meat or sugar or processed foods, and so we haven't seen this increase of cancer, especially
so
GI
food
cancer.
Would make some sense, not necessarily technology.
Correct.
For
Whereas
example.
if you look at the South Koreans who have adopted more of a Western diet, they have seen a similar parallel increase in earlier cancer. So the epidemiologists probably have a good point to make here.
So changes in environment and the things that we do. What kinds of cancers are we seeing?
So we're seeing, obviously, like we said, GI cancers, breast cancers, prostate cancer, lung, liver. So really kind of across the board, we're seeing these in earlier and earlier groups.
Anything we can do, people who are under the age of 50, to be more proactive given this fact and this information?
Change the way we live, probably. It's a hard thing to do, but probably.
No big deal, just change everything you do.
No, it changes everything we do, right? But we are what we eat. So, having a diet that's more plant-based, more fiber-based, more natural, less of the, love red meat, but more fish, not such a sedentary lifestyle, avoiding processed, sugary types of foods. Obviously the things like tobacco, excessive alcohol consumption, we know those over time will have an effect. And of course in the young people today with all the vaping going on, we still don't know what's going on with that. And the final factor is hereditary. There is definitely hereditary factors that we're still trying to understand, that researchers are still looking into.
And cut your sugar.
Yeah, preservatives, all that stuff that's in our food.
Yes.
Dr. Chaffoux, thank you for the insight. Very important, hopefully helping some folks out there.
Sure.